Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So I've been back out at my local Lidl supermarket again and I've picked up some more tools. So in this video we'll be taking a look at some of the Parkside hammers and mallets that you can currently buy from Lidl supermarket. So here are the hammers and mallets. We've got the engineer's hammer, the mallet, the wooden mallet, there's a rubber mallet, and then we've got a club hammer or a lump hammer. So let's take a closer look at these hammers. I picked them up for £3.99 each. So under £4 for each one. I think that is a real bargain considering the quality, but we'll take a closer look now. And I also saw another hammer for sale in Lidl. It was a roofing hammer, but I have no use for that. I don't do any roofing, so I didn't buy that one, but that one was the same price also. Starting off with the engineer's hammer. On the label it says Parkside Engineer's Hammer, high quality handle made of hickory wood. The head weight is approximately 500 grams and it's approximately 32 centimeters in length. So starting off at the bottom, it even says indented here in the wood hickory. So that's a nice hardwood, a good quality standard hardwood for handles on hammers, which is nice to see. And it's got this paintwork at the bottom, dark green paintwork. I'm guessing that is to protect the wood if you hold it here so that the wood doesn't get dirty. I don't know, I'm not sure why the bottom half is painted. It might just be a design, but as you can see, a nice thick, nicely shaped handle, feels good. And at the top here you've got this rubber collar, and I'm guessing that is so that when you slip, if you hit the wood, you don't damage the wood here when you're hitting stuff. I think that's what it's for anyway. Parkside branding here. And the head of the hammer, it says DIN 1041500. It's got a nice wedge here, a metal circular wedge in the top. A nicely finished hammer head. For the money, I think it's excellent value considering. Seems like a really well made hammer. Now moving on to the club hammer. It says club hammer, high quality handle made of hickory wood, so hickory again, and the head weight this time is 1000 grams, so around a kilo, and the length is approximately 26 centimeters. So again with this one we've got that green paintwork and hickory stamped into the wood there. Nice looking wooden handle, nice and chunky and thick. You want that with a lump hammer. Gives you plenty of control, and it's again got this rubber collar here to protect the shaft from slips and when you hit rock or whatever, vibrations, that sort of thing. The head, here's the head again, it's got that circular wedge in the top. Nicely finished. Says 1 kilo here. Flat faces on both sides. A nice chunky well made club hammer or lump hammer. As you can see here, I've got another lump hammer for comparison, and the handle on the Parkside one is very chunky. It is around 3.5 centimeters in width, or just over, whereas this one is only about 3 centimeters, so it does seem to have a nice chunky handle. Now moving on to the rubber mallet. Parkside rubber mallet, high quality handle made of hickory wood. Head weight is 680 grams and it's approximately 34 centimeters in length. So this time a much slimmer handle, but it is hickory again with that green paint on it. Parkside branding. Again, it's got the rubber collar here, and it's a pretty good size mallet, good general size. As you can see, quite a useful big mallet. And finally, let's take a look at the wooden mallet. Parkside wooden mallet, double head. Head weight is approximately 290 grams and it's approximately 32 centimeters long. This handle is not made of hickory, this one's made out of beech, which I believe is very common for mallets. They're usually made out of beech wood. It's a good hard wood for mallets, and it has that green paint at the bottom again. A nice slim long handle, so you've got the option to do sort of delicate work here up the top or heavier work down here at the bottom. Feels good around here for using with a chisel. And a nicely made head. This doesn't seem to have a mortise. It looks like it is just a sort of dowel going into the bottom. I'm not sure, I can't see how the handle is connected to the head, but it feels well made. It's got a nice curve to the top here. And all the others seem to have a finish on them, on the wood. This one, being made of beech, doesn't look like it has a finish. It looks like it's bare wood. So if you buy one of these, you might want to put some boiled linseed oil on here, something to protect the wood. And I'm going to use some white spirit to get the label marks off. There's a bit of glue on the shaft there left from the labels. Okay, so that's about it then for this video. So I think they're excellent value for money, $3.99 each. I think that's a bargain. I don't really think you can beat that anywhere. So why not pick some up if you're out and about at Lidl supermarket. If you did find this video useful, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.